Hey guys, welcome back to Skytania episode 46. So in the last episode we worked on automating the runic altar. That went pretty well. I did make a couple changes to the setup. I got rid of the vacuumulators over here. Just going to use the Hopper Hawk. He's working out pretty well. I did have to blacklist Living Rock though, because if the rune takes too long to craft, the Hopper Hawk would pick up the Living Rock, and that wouldn't be a good thing. So I've got that set up over here to blacklist him from picking up Living Rock. And he only picks up items that are not in frames. Also blacklist some mana tablets so I can fill mana tablets or empty them around that area. That's always a good thing. So that's looking pretty good now. I also made a small change to the farm. I added external storage buses on these basic drawers so I can now access the seeds or the wheat from the refined storage system. So yeah. So what are we going to work on today? I would like to work on automating Elven trade. But to do that, we're going to need to get some mana over here. You can see that we're completely empty. So how are we going to get mana all the way over here? Well, we could just move this stuff like closer, like replace the flower farm. It's an option, but not the one I'm going to go with. I want to keep things right where they are. So instead, we're going to set up a mana on rail system, because that's really the only good way in Botania to migrate mana long distances. And also, I've never done it. In fact, I don't know when the last time I even used Minecraft Rails was. Probably vanilla, maybe 7 or 8 years ago. So I just don't generally find them that interesting. But let's see what we can do. So for starters, I have set up this mana pool down here. So he is going to take mana from this guy, and then we're going to run it over on a rail somewhere over here to have mana pool over here. And then we'll use a spark to transfer the mana to the other mana pools and the Terrasteel guy. So let's see here. Let's go about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's go right about there for our other mana pool. Okay, so that's where we're going to end up at. Alright, so we're going to need a block to stop the rails. We're going to need a powered rail to make sure the carts go. We're going to need a bunch of rails to connect things. 2, 3, 4. How do I want this to go? 5, I guess, and then 1 here, and then we'll go. Then we'll add a powered rail there. And then let's see here. I'm going to have this guy probably with the pump over there. Does that work? Let's make sure I'm thinking of this right. Pump goes here, minecart, rail there, stopper there. Alright, I think I'm going to move the mana pool over 2 spots here, because that just makes it a little bit easier to place these things. So let's have that there, and I'll put the powered rail there. And then we're going to run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a powered rail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a powered rail. 2, 3. So there we go. There is our mine track. So let's power all the powered rails. This one, and this one, and this one, and that one. Okay, so let's go build a minecart and some mana pumps and see if we can build a system that moves things around. How do you build a minecart? I don't know when I last did. I really don't. Okay. Oh, pretty easy. It's like a boat, but with iron. Then we need one with a mana. Okay, gonna need a mana pool. There we go. Minecart with mana pool. It's pretty easy. Now we need a couple of these mana pumps. And they seem pretty simple too. Yeah, okay. That might be all we need. We'll see soon enough. So let's go back downstairs to one of those pools. So let's place the minecart. So this guy is going to take mana from this pool. So we need to place the mana pump. Okay, the arrow shows you which direction it's traveling, so you point it at where you want it to go. So this one's going to go over here, and the other one is going to go the other direction from the mana cart to the pool. Yeah, that was pretty good. Okay, so now we need to figure out what we're going to do about signaling our main rails to start them going around. So what we want is for when this guy has some mana, say, I don't know, he's 5 full or something, whatever, strike the 5 full, we'll have him go. Now, I'm going to need some comparators. Can't type, but I need 2 comparators because you can compare the amount of mana in the minecart from the mana pump. So right now he's outputting a strength of nothing because he has nothing on him. So I want to use some structural ducts. Let's get a few more and some redstone relays. We need at least one more of those. Okay, so let's take these structural ducts and we're going to run them from this guy over to our powered rail. Going to have an output and an input. That's pretty good. So, you're my input, you are my output. You are going to be a threshold, and if you are greater than 5, let's send you off on your way. So, did he go all the way over there? Hey, he did. Cool. I don't really know how often you need to put a powered rail. I went with 5 blocks. It seemed to work in testing, but I didn't do any research on it whatsoever. So, yeah. All right. So let's push you back though. I want you back where you were. Can you go back where you were? Go back where you were. There you go. There you go. Okay. So he will end up over there. So he is waiting for to be full, or to be 5 full, as is the threshold. So if he's more than 5 full, we'll say, you've got some mana in you, let's take it over there. In fact, 5 may be way too high. Actually, maybe let's put it at 2. So we don't need to take much mana from this system. All we need is enough to make sure we always have some over here. Eventually, we'll fill the mana pools, and it'll be fine, and he'll just be sitting over here with a little bit of mana in him. So, yeah, that seems right. So, what is the next step? The next step is this guy. First off, we need to break this rail right here, because we need to change him to a detector rail. So, there is a slight delay on this thing realizing or measuring the cart. And if he is already powered, then he'll just shoot right back over there. So we need him to say, if you see the minecart, I need you to stop. So we're going to have 2 conditions, and that's a perfect time to add a logic gate, because this block from RFTools is so much easier than making a vanilla logic gate, because I wouldn't even know how to do that. Seriously, I wouldn't. Would have no idea. Don't need that torch, I guess. It's fine. Okay, so let's put our comparator over here. And we're going to need some more of these redstone relays. So let's get... I think we do need 3, actually. That works out great. So we're going to have an input here. It's going to come over here. And we're going to have an input over here. Nah, just 2. All right, it's fine. No, 3. We have an input and output. Okay, 3. Counting's hard. So, this is pretty basic. You will get a signal of 15, and you'll go over there. In fact, honestly, we don't really need ducts for these. That's a bit of an overkill. Let's just dump some redstone over there. There we go. So that's easier. Okay, so now if this guy is empty, it means there's no more mana to be empty from the cart. And I want you to go away. Now, obviously, there's no cart here right now, so we are empty. So we need to go away. So, if you have a signal of 0, we're going to invert that. And I'm going to say... Actually, I don't think we need to invert it. I think it's fine like it is. So, if both of these guys are empty, we want to go. But if either one of them is powered, we want to stay. So, right now, we should send the cart back to the other guy. So, if you look at the logic gate, you see the down arrow. That's where the signal comes out. We've got 3 inputs, so we can have a 3-way Boolean logic if we wanted. But we only need 2 inputs. So, you can see the downside is that. So I've got A and C as my inputs. So when A and C are off, this guy needs to be on. So A and C is off. And that's it. That's the only time when A and C are both off. So if we push the minecart down here, he would go back over there. And that's what we want. So let's see how that works. By the way, if you break him, there's mana in him, he'll lose his mana. So I'm only doing that right now when he doesn't have any mana. Let's make sure you work. Yep, there you go. Can I push you just a little bit? Just a little bit. Go on, go on. Okay. Yep, he goes all the way over there, and he comes back. So, now, we need to get some mana in him. We need to get some mana in this guy. I've got a partially filled mana tablet, so we're going to dump that in there first. Yeah, tablets too. Ooh, that's what I want right now. So, yeah, as soon as that got some mana in the cart, enough to fill up a strength of 2. Set the cart off. And we're waiting for it to have a 2 full again. Didn't have that much mana in the tablet, so, you know, we're only going to have... There'd only be like 7.5 for a full mana tablet. I didn't even have half mana tablet, so, you know, we've got like 3 3.75, something like that. So, yeah. So the next step is to set up the sparks. We're going to have a spark on this guy, and we're going to have a spark on this guy. This spark should take mana from the pools up there, and it does. So now he will get plenty of mana from those guys, and he'll fill up just like the other 3 do. Then the minecart comes back, it fills up some mana, and it goes back and empties it off. It's very fast to get only 2 strength. You can fill it up very quickly if you want. So we don't have to keep sending it back and forth so often, but eventually this pool will be full, and we'll just kind of sit over here and do that. So once he's full, he will not empty his mana from the cart, and we'll just be sitting here waiting. Should be now. There you go. He still has mana in him, so he is not stopping, or he is not going back. Let's switch this guy. Let's have him be 3, not 2. Okay, so there we go. that's transferring the mana over there. And we're going to need some more sparks or some more augments. We're going to need an augment for that guy. We've got a spark up here. We've got sparks here and here. So all we need to do is say this guy is recessive, and he will dump his mana to these pools. And that will keep these guys filled. So yeah, now we are able to put mana into these mana pools, and he'll be able to draw from some mana pool to make Terra Steel. So there we go. Automated long distance mana transfer. The first step in being able to automate this guy. Now I think I may need to break this guy and fix him, because I think what we're going to have to do is put him on the ground, because my plan is to push items into him, and if the items are on the floor, it might not reach on the floor like this. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Let's go ahead and break this guy. Alright, there we go. So now we can reopen the portal. That will cost a little bit of our mana, but we've got pretty good mana going so far, so not too worried about that. So, what's probably happening right now, so we're not getting any more mana in there, is that this guy's empty. He'll have to refill before he can fill this guy. But eventually, it will take care of itself over time. So, yeah, he's just waiting to fill up. So, he's doing fine right now. Once he gets there, he'll fill up. But we've got plenty of mana to work with right now, and it doesn't take too long to fill this guy with our TNT. Tiny Progressions does add the flint from 3 gravel recipe, so we're able to easily get gravel into flint and turn that into gunpowder. Seem to be low on gravel right now. We probably burned through it all, making flint. Let's get some more of that real quick. Do I have a hammer? Yeah, here's a hammer. Okay, let's get rid of the rails we didn't need and the redstone. Yeah, that's pretty good. We have another hammer too. Okay, let's just quick convert a couple stacks of this. There's my diamond wand. Yep. Alright, there we go. So let's break this. And there we go. Bunch more gravel for now, until it uses it all to make flint and then make gunpowder. But at least that is an option. So, yeah, everything's doing pretty well. I did add a network transmitter to send the lava from the system over to the mob farm. So we seem to have pretty good on power right now. We might be a little bit low at the moment, but we're doing pretty well. So not too worried about that. Alright, so where does that leave us? We need to get a daffodil. A daffodil is a flower that pushes things. And we can just push things from the daffodil into the portal, and that will be how we do elven trade. I may use one of those vacuumulators over there. We'll see. So, how do we get a daffodil? Well, we'll put that into our pattern thing. So, let's replace that with seeds. Need a rune of air. It knows how to make runes of air. I should already have them. Actually, I could have one of all of the runes right now. And it should be able to auto-craft if it needs them. Now, I'll probably want to keep at least one of these in stock at all time. At least one of the basics in stock. let's see, one of you, and you, and you, and you. Yeah, let's make sure we keep one of the basics in stock at all times. Okay, so now we can put that daffodil pattern in our flower guy. And let's see if we can make a daffodil. Should be able to. Yep, there we go. Hopperhawk picked it up. So now we have a daffodil. Okay, so we're going to need an open crate. As often as I make these, let's keep one of these in stock too. We're going to need a hopper. And here we go again. If you craft it a lot, just auto-craft it. Keep it in stock. What else do we need? We need some ender chests. How many are we going to need? We're going to need 3, I think. 1 for the output from the system, 1 for the input from the system, and 1 for the input to the crafter. So let's get a crafter. And let's see here. The Elven Gateway core is kind of green, lime-ish. Let's get lime. We'll make it lime, white, white. We'll go downstairs. Oh, by the way, I realized I didn't have to do anything special for this crafter to stay on redstone pulse mode. When this one feeds into this guy, it's the same mode. So that worked out really well. So we're about out of room for stuff over there. Got to go this way for a little while. Or, you know, put stuff other places. It wouldn't really matter. So let's do 2 of these guys. Yeah, I did that so I could break them with ore excavation. But if I do that, I'm going to break all these guys. So that's not going to work out. Oh, that's a petal. That won't help me. I need lime powder. Which we don't have any of. Let's go get a powder for that. No, we need lime petals. Don't know how to make those either, so let's teach you how to do that. Alright, so okay, let's craft a bunch of that dye. And there we go. So you're going to be lime, and you're going to be lime, and I will break you. Actually, I guess I don't have to break 1 because I only have this guy down here, so... Oh, so close. Alright, so yeah, he is good to go now. Need a crafter on him. And I need to rotate the crafter. The wand of the forest is usually also a wrench if you shift right click, so... If you didn't know that. I didn't for a long time. Let's see here. So, yeah. I think I will use a vacuumulator over there. Why? I don't know. Why not? We made some. Let's use them. Okay, so... I'm going to put the daffodil right here. So let's get some dirt. We'll place the daffodil down. And you can see the area of effect, so it's pushing things that way. So if I had living wood, and we dropped it right in here, it'll push it and we'll get dreamwood. So now we need to get the vacuumulator set up. I'm going to put him right there. The output's going to be on the bottom. This is his inventory, not a filter slot. You need to shift right-click or sneak right-click to filter him. So we're going to make him a whitelist. You will accept Dreamwood. So you won't pick up other things might be pushed into there, like, you know, whatever we're dropping. Alright, so let's go up a little bit. Alright, I want to put the open crate right about here. Then we'll put the hopper into that guy. It's going to be pretty much the same setup you've seen for everything else we've done so far. Alright, that's looking pretty good. Oh, my dirt broke. Oops. Use dirt pillars, that can happen. Alright, that's looking correct. So all we need to do now is go stick this ender chest under there. And now we should be able to set up patterns, like for Dreamwood, and get Dreamwood. So we'll get Dreamwood and Pixie Dust and Alf Glass. So you've got no Dreamwood in the system right now. So let's make a pattern for that. There we go. When living wood equals 1 Dreamwood. We can get patterns for Pixie Dust. And for Elementium. And for Alf Glass. There we go. So I saw that one Conjuration Catalyst guy. I don't know who he is yet, so I'm going to need to go put the patterns in first manually. Alright. Dreamwood, Pixie Dust, Elementium, and Mana Glass. So, let's go over there and see what happens. Might install Gnoli over here too. We'll see. I mean, probably will, but I don't know how often we're going to go over here. So, alright, let's see. Can you get me Dreamwood? That answers that question. Dreamwood picked up. Cool. Let's get a Pixie Dust crafting. We'll need to add you to the filter. I need to add, what, Elementium to the filter? Okay, so sneak right click to I said sneak right click to open the filter. Okay, Pixie Dust, Alf Glass, Elementium. Okay, that's looking pretty good. So there we go. We have automated Elven trade, and we've done some long distance mana transfer. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up, maybe even a subscribe. If you didn't like today's episode, you must not like Botania then, because, I mean, this is awesome. So, I will see you next time.